Just to echo the words of Dalai Lama, once a year, go to a place you have never been before. I'm Christine Gichaga, and I'm ready to take you on an African safari. Tag along! To begin with, Africa is the most beautiful place on earth. And well, I know I'm being biased right now, but when it comes to the natural beauty and the fact that Africa has one of the many heavens for their wildlife, then I truly believe that we have been blessed with a wonderful land. The 3 points that I would really like to talk about today. First will be the beautiful scenery. Then I would like to talk about the amazing culture and the great wildlife. This is the Masai Mara. The Masai Mara is one of the one of the largest game reserves in Kenya. The Masai Mara is actually famous for their great beast migration. And did you know that this migration actually takes 14 days? It's an amazing thing, and people from all walks of life come to this place just to watch the wild beasts migrate. And I got this from the travel guide, the Kenyan travel guide tours. And the other place that I would really like to talk about is the Okavango Delta, and it's in Botswana. And why is this one of the really nice places to visit? Well, it is one of the very few inland delta. You know what it means to be inland? It means that it doesn't drain its water to the sea. It actually drains its water to the land. The Okavango Delta is connected to the Kalahari Desert, and being a desert, it's gonna suck off all the water. So once a year, between this time of year, actually between March and July, there's really long rains, and the delta actually floods. And when it floods, the water is taken by the Kalahari Desert. And Okavango Delta is home to some of the world's most endangered species of the large mammal, such as the cheetah, the white rhinoceros, the black rhinoceros, the African wild dog, and the lion. And in Okavango Delta, it's in Botswana, and this is how they actually go to fish in the deltas. We're used to all the fishing nets and the fishing rods, but they use fishing baskets to fish. I got this information from WHC UNESCO.com, and that's on their journal. And the other amazing piece of scenery that I would really like you to visit is the Victoria Falls in Zambia. The Victoria Falls actually present a spectacular sight of awe-inspiring beauty. This the fall actually forms a border between Zambia and Zimbabwe. It drains its water into the Zambezi River, and it's described by the Kololo tribe as the smoke that thunders. And in modern terms, the Victoria Falls is known as the greatest curtain falling water in the world. And I got this information, I got the statistics from Zambian tourism.com, destinations. And the other thing I would like to talk about today will be the amazing African culture. Culture is what you define how you grew up, how you've been, what you know. And growing up in Africa, everybody has a different way of doing things. In America, there's only one language where everybody speaks, which is English. In Africa, in Kenya especially, we got 42 different tribes. 42 different tribes, meaning every tribe has a way of doing their own different things. They're doing their singing, how they dress during certain functions, certain ceremonies, how they do their weddings. It's amazing. This is some of the African cultures that are African tribes. This is the Xhosa of South Africa, and these are the Zulu. They call them the Shaka Zulu. And I cannot forget one of the tribes in my country, which is the Maasai. A lot of people like to see the Maasai because the Maasai are still stuck to their ways. The Maasai still live in the long internet. I don't even know how I can really describe it, because the Maasai people, they believe that, you know, whatever they're doing at that time is what really matters. How they're raised, if they're raised in a heart, they will all live in a heart. You know, they're nomads, they migrate from one place to another. But this is one of the cultures that you really love to go and enjoy yourself. You know, how they dress, how they live communally. You know, this I got this images from Google Clips. And the last thing I would like to talk to you about today will be the amazing African wildlife. Everybody knows about the big 5-0, right? The buffaloes. We call them buffaloes. The buffaloes, the lions, the elephants, and the cheetah. This animals, you will find them in most of the resorts that you go to Africa. And I'm sure coming here, all we in Africa, we like to make a joke that Americans really like to name our animals. Like, for example, you call the zebra, we call zebra, and they call it here zebra. So it will be nice to come and see some zebras in Africa. And I hope you really enjoyed this. And today we talked about the amazing African scenery, the beautiful scenery, the great their culture, and the great wildlife. So tag along, pack your bags, and get yourself to a safari in Africa. Just to echo the words of Richard Murray, and he said the only person that he envies is the person who has not been to Africa, because they have a lot to see. And with that, tag along and come and enjoy Africa.